I'm gonna be playing zombies tonight. For those unaware, it's 10 p.m. So I'm not gonna go for much longer than like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I have 3 maps currently that I've been playing on repeat. Those maps are Shadows of Evil, Nacht der Untoten, and Kino der Toten. And on Shadows, I think my current high round is 7 rounds. Yeah, it's 7, and then Nacht and Kino are both 8 currently. Not impressive stats to experienced Call of Duty players. But I'm not an experienced Call of Duty player, as I mentioned in my as I mentioned in when I was playing the campaign with Penguin, this and Cold War are the only two COD games I've played. By the way, there are a couple stories I start telling in in the first campaign video I did with Penguin that I did not get to finish. The first one I can think of is the one where I talked about like my loft bed in my room, my childhood bedroom. So I said I didn't like sleeping in that loft bed. So what I would do is I would start like going out and sleeping in the couch on the couch in in the living room instead of sleeping in my own bed. So then my parents just got me just like a regular bed, just a regular twin size. The second one, when I talked about when I worked at Jimmy John's and I would take the bus home, I said that there were 2 separate times when I would have to, when the only route home I could find involved a transfer, and I would get off the second bus, and I would get off the first bus, and then walk over to the bus stop I was transferring onto, and the bus would already have passed, like according to like Google Maps. So then, what I had to do is I would have to wait for my mom to pick me up in the parking lot of a closed Dollar General. So yeah, those are the whole stories. I wanted to finish those because I got like, when I was editing those, I realized I never ended up finishing those stories, and I got like really, I don't know, I didn't get mad at myself. I got frustrated that I didn't really get the chance to finish those stories. Cause that's really awkward. In my Bloodborne PSX video that I just like uploaded the other day, I said something. I don't remember. I'd have thought I never ended up finishing. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that video again to see what it is. Oh, you know what I think it was? I was talking about how I wanted to do more solo stuff like this, just so I could get more used to like, be doing these on my own, so I'm not like dependent on having like another person to fall back on, because at the end of the day, this isn't like a joint, this isn't a joint Let's Play channel. I mean, it is primarily my channel. I've been doing a lot of stuff with Penguin, and I love doing stuff with Penguin. I've realized that whenever Penguin's not around, it's really hard for me to just like be funny on my own, So maybe this isn't the best strategy, but what I have been doing is I've been open that door, right, and then I get the RK5. Because those are both relatively cheap to do. They don't cost that many points. So I could just get those out of the way ASAP. And then I have an RK5, which is not it's not going to carry me for very long. It's not going to carry me very far, but it'll just get me through the first like handful of rounds until I could get the power back on backstage. Because that's what I need to do. I need to get backstage and cut the power on. I'm not very good at this game. So, oh shit! Hey, No, 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 no. Hold on. No, fuck! Oh man, you made me fucking miss out on my gobble gum, dude. I only get one free gobble gum per round. Oh, damn it. I should clarify that I'm very, very bad at this game. The main reason I stream at this point is just so I could get VODs that I can edit down into videos for my YouTube channel. I don't know how many rounds we're gonna do on each map, but I'm gonna go for, or you know, I don't know how many games I'm gonna play on each map. Hold on, I'm gonna go for a gobble gum right off the bat. Let it be something good. In plain sight. Okay, in plain sight's actually fine. You know, it can be used. It can be a handy one. If I actually use it, which it's knowing myself, there's a good chance that I will just forget I have it. Bro, fucking Leon from Dead Rising 2 is right. I do suck at zombies. Yeah, the max ammo is pretty useful when I haven't used my gun yet. Oh, nice one. Really fucking useful at the end of the round. I love when that happens, when they give me a power up at the end of the round. So it just goes to fucking waste because there's no zombies for me to use it on. It happens frequently. And it's really cool, guys. Supposedly, I think Penguin said that this was the zombies community's favorite game. Favorite Call of Duty game is Black Ops 3. I don't know, man. Zombies is fun in Black Ops 3. But, like, that's like the only thing Black Ops 3 is going for it. I'm gonna be real with you, man. You know what? You know what? Okay. Here's something I want to talk about real quick. Since we're here, I want to talk. Let's talk about the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because I watched that last night, or you know, the night before recording this, and that fucking movie is like, dude, that movie pissed me off. Like, it's very rare that I get mad at a movie for being bad. Like, I don't know if I've used an Argus. Oh wait, is an Argus bad? No, I think it's pretty alright actually. Yeah, I watched that and it was fucking. I don't get mad at movies for being bad very often. Like if it's something that I've been like really excited for like a long time, I'll be disappointed for sure. But I'm rarely like angry at how bad a movie is. Like I remember when I saw fucking Assassin's Creed in theaters, and I was like, ugh, I think that one left a bad taste in my mouth, just because I was at least expecting like to have, because I knew it was bad, but I was at least expecting to have fun with how bad it was. It was just boring. I think that was the main thing, is I was bored, and I don't like being bored by movies. And even then, I think it was just like, I had an experience, and I had an idea in my head of the experience I wanted to have with that movie, and it just wasn't that. The new Texas Chainsaw Massacre was a special kind of shit, because it was just like distasteful. And like, I know it's a slasher, so it's, you know, it's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so it's probably, you know, but it does that thing that it's okay. It tries to like be progressive. It tries to handle like real world issues, and just does so with the least fucking like nuance or care imaginable. It will like address certain topics but not actually do anything with them. Like there's a fucking scene where like, okay, so the fucking main like crew, right? I mean all but one of them. Fucking sorry if you're worried about spoilers for the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. But also, most people have Netflix at this point. I don't know. And also, if you haven't seen it yet, you're fucking not missing much anyway. So, like, I would not be worried about spoilers, because it sucks balls. It is terrible. That fucking movie, it tries to handle like real world like serious issues, like the fucking yeah, the main crew, like one of them is a black man, right? And there's a scene where they're essentially evicting Leatherface and his mom from their house, which they later find out they still own. So that's a whole fucking can of worms I'm gonna get to in a second. There is a scene where essentially like Leatherface's mom accidentally calls the black character a racial slur. And I think the implication is supposed to be that she doesn't realize it's like an offensive just like home, get it guys, USSR bad. But I think the implication is supposed to be she doesn't realize that that's like not a term people use anymore. But they kind of just like they have that scene and then they just never really do anything further with that. There's like this whole thing with like, oh, the house has like a Confederate flag hanging outside of it, so they're like putting in all this effort to get rid of to like take down the Confederate flag for the plucky young like millennial entrepreneurs that they're selling the town of Harlow to. That's the other thing. Is the reason that the main crew, the main characters are there is because they're buying out the town of Harlow to sell it to like millennial business owners. Which like holy shit. The dude Candyman came out last year and is like all about this exact thing. So, okay, one big fucking thing with this movie is one of the main characters. I'd say the main character, Elsie Fisher's character. By the way, Elsie Fisher is fucking phenomenal. Like, Elsie Fisher is the one thing this movie has going for it. I love Elsie Fisher. Alright, sorry to stop the video like this, but I wanted a couple things. One, I'll just to make sure I wasn't making a joke I should not have. I looked it up, and Elsie and I are both the same age. Well, roughly. So I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not hitting on a minor or anything like that. Just Also, while looking for a picture of Elsie Fisher for this gag, I found out that the movie changed directors partway through, which, I don't know, might play a role in why it turned out the way it did. Elsie Fisher's character, like her whole thing is that she fucking, I guess, like survived a school shooting. So she has trauma surrounding guns. And like the big like resolution to this arc is that she starts she fucking is that she finds is that she gets her hands on a shotgun and starts shooting Leatherface. It's such a poor handling of like the concept of trauma. It's such a like gross mishandling of such a serious real world subject. I mean, this movie fucking is good. Is generally has a knack for grossly mishandling very serious real world subjects. But so yeah, I think really what I want to get at is fuck that movie. The other thing, okay, another big thing. This one is a lot more shallow, but like still pisses me off. Is it does that thing that movies seem to just love doing for some reason, where like a character will have like this big fucking love this like their whole art like their whole fucking thing will be they're like seeking revenge. So, I think one of the characters from like the first movie makes like this big return where she's like hell-bent on getting her revenge on Leatherface and killing him, which like what I guess makes sense. But then it does that thing that like revenge stories seem to love doing, where the fuck do I go to turn the power back on? We're done with that map right now. I'm gonna move on to Noct, but I fucking did the thing again where I don't finish a thought. Okay, so it does the thing that revenge stories love doing, where they give the main character a perfect fucking window where they could just pull the trigger and carry out their little revenge fantasy. Just get it fucking done right then and there and save them so much trouble in the future. They're literally, there's just a scene where okay, what's the character's name from the first movie? Sally Hardesty? Is that the character's name? Yeah, so Sally from the first movie, like, is in this one, and she has this fucking thing where, like, there's a scene where she, like, Elsie Fisher Elsie Fisher's character and their sister, or no, what the fuck am I saying? I need to really just get my shit together. Just fucking shake my head like an Etch a Sketch. There's there's a scene where, you know, like Sally pulls up to Harlow and sees fucking the, you know, Elsie Fisher and their sister. I was like, hey, get in the van. And then they get in the van, and instead of driving away like a fucking normal person would do, Sally fucking gets out of the van and is like, stay here, I'm gonna go kill him myself. And she doesn't. Like, she finds him, she tracks the fucker down, finds him just kind of sitting in his own bedroom. His weapon is on the floor. He's not armed. They're just fucking looking at each other. She has a gun pointed at his head. She has the perfect fucking opportunity to pull the trigger and just save everyone still alive so much trouble. And instead she starts doing this fucking monologue about, you killed all my friends. I want you to say you remember me. Say their names. Say you remember me. Bro, you know he can't talk. You were there in the first movie. You know that fucker is disabled. He cannot talk. Why are you trying to get a non-speaking, I think is it? You're trying to get a fucking non-speaking disabled man to what, say the names of your friends that he doesn't remember killing? You know that this isn't gonna work. You're just doing this to fucking stretch out the runtime of the movie. It's only for plot convenience. I don't know, man. Whatever. I'm gonna move on to... I hate it when they fucking do that in movies. You're right there. Pull the trigger. So we're gonna move on. Instead of Kino, I'm gonna do Nacht next. I fucking love the Nachter and Toten cutscene, by the way. I think this is like the original. This is like the original COD Zombies. Yeah, that's like the original COD Zombies cutscene. So this specific map, I feel like, for some reason, is such a perfect like like tension. In a weird way. Zombies in this game are kind of like the Here's Johnny scene in like The Shining, where like out of context that shit is so funny. Like you hear those noises and you're like, oh, haha, funny scream. But then like say you play Noctur and Toten and you're like, oh shit. Oh, you like hear that in the distance and you're like, oh no. Oh no. No. Like out of context, it's funny. It's very funny. When you hear that shit in context, when where it's needed, it is so perfect and making me fucking squeal like a simple child. Yeah, you like hear the noise and you turn around and it's right behind you and you're like, oh my god! Specifically Elsie Fisher. If you somehow come across this video, I'm complaining about everything but you. The only positive thing I have to say about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 is that Elsie Fisher is there. If you don't know who Elsie Fisher is, the kid from 8th grade. If you haven't seen 8th grade, by the way, you fucking should. That movie is so good. So doing that rebuilding... Ow! What did I just stick my toe directly into? I just, like, stick my toe directly into something sharp and it hurt. Ow. Ow. I think I have a splinter now. What the hell? What was that? Oh, there's, like, explosive barrels outside. I could utilize those. I have a sufficient firearm to do so with. Which I don't currently. I've recently been on a kick of, like, watching just, like, compilations of reload animations. Like, I think, like, a good, like, satisfying reload animation is really underappreciated. It is a very underappreciated aspect of game design. Something I remember complaining about with specific... For some reason, Far Cry New Dawn stuck out to me. Because I remember... when I'm playing that game, complaining about how long the reload animations were. And then I've been playing Resident Evil 4 recently. And that game, I actually fucking quite like how, like, snappy and, like, how, like, quick those reload animations were. Because reload animations in RE4 are, like, are very fast, or just kind of short, sweet, and to the point. The off chance I can get my hands on a Juggernog, that's going to do me very well, because Juggernogs are the most useful. Juggernogs are good to have. I think, was it Simon Pegg who wrote essentially wrote an essay about how zombies in movies shouldn't run? I don't really agree with that. I'd argue that I think there are situations in which it would make sense for a zombie to run. Kenna the Vampire Slayer on TikTok. She's a film major, or was a film major, and she has a lot to say about zombies, at least in movies, and how, like, zombies should be sympathetic, you know, because if they're not, they're just another excuse for white guys to shoot things. But yeah, there's a whole thing about, like, zombies should be sympathetic. You should feel bad for killing a zombie. Because zombies, the whole thing about zombies is that at one point, they used to be a person. That used to be a person. You know, zombies, in the moment you might think, oh, it's just a fucking monster that wants to eat me alive. And that's true. And currently, that is what that is. But, you know, it's also like, you know, that at one point was a human being. That was someone's, you know, child, someone's parents, you know, a family member or a friend or someone's significant other, where someone out there loved that person at one point, which shouldn't be the... Okay, fuck. That shouldn't be the reason for you to feel bad for them. That used to be a person, you know. That's the thing about zombies. That's often kind of, you know, forgotten about in a lot of at least mainstream zombie media, like Zombieland and shit. I think Shaun of the Dead is kind of interesting in that regard, because there's still, you know, plenty of that, just like fucking, you know, just treating zombies as just like an enemy and nothing more. But I think there are scenes in which, like, important characters turn into zombies. Not important characters, but, like, people become zombies. And it's a moment where they have to, like, for their own safety, kill that person. But it's, like, a whole thing of, like, yeah, it's hard to do that, because that's someone you knew at one point, you know? That's someone you didn't want to see that happen to. And maybe you're not really left with a choice. Okay, so I've done Kino and Noct. The last one I'm going to do is Shadows of Evil tonight. Shadows of Evil is probably my favorite zombies map currently. I love the way this one is stylized. The, like, I think it's 40s. Yeah, like, the, like, 40s kind of, like, this whole aesthetic. I love the aesthetic. I love the music. Also, Ron Perlman. This one has the weirdest cast, because this one has, like, Ron Perlman, like, Jeff Goldblum, and, yeah, well, those are the two big ones. But it is very strange seeing those two people in, like, a Call of Duty game for some reason. Hearing, like, a big, like, mainstream Hollywood actor voice act in a video game is so strange to me, especially, I don't know. Even though it's not that fucking weird of a concept, like, in reality. It's not that bizarre. So, I took that quick revive. I don't know if that's a... No, that's not a mistake. Because quick revives dry out your time. Are my bullets just going through you? Why are you not affected by this? Alright, next, what am I gonna do? First, alright, next order of business, LCAR 9. I get into the habit of reloading every time I kill anything. And that's from my experience playing Splitgate. Because I get anxious about, like, mostly, my main concern is, like, being in combat and getting, like, caught with my pants down. Cause I have to fucking reload while, in the middle of fighting something, I have to, like, fucking fumble around and try and reload in the middle of in the middle of, like, a fight. And that gives them a window to, rock my shit. This looks too fucking weird not to be important. That's the other thing, is I love the voice acting. Hold on. Kaboom! That was not super satisfying, and also that tells me there are more coming. Shit, Death Machine, you're fucked. Who is next? Come fuck with a bitch for real. Oh, fuck, this is the round where the weird piss bats come out, right? That's what I call them, is piss bats. That shit is, like, genuinely, like, a little scary, hearing it, like, just hearing it, like, behind you, and then looking around and being like, oh, it's gone. I'm a bit of a gamer girl. Some of you may know that, some of you may not. Time to play the classic game, Where Is That Unholy Screaming Coming From? If you haven't seen the movie Nobody, you should. I love Bob. I fucking love Nobody. I think it's a very good movie. Okay, we're round 7. This is when shit gets real, because this is the farthest I've ever made it, is round 7. So if I can make it past round 7, that's gonna be fucking sick. That's gonna be a new PB, and I will have done my job for the night. Oh shit! I fucking jinxed it, but hey, oh, I forgot I had a quick revive. Ooh, perfect fucking timing. I can't train for shit, by the way, so I have shit scarier things than you. I fucking love the one-liners in this map, specifically. There's probably, like, one more just running around somewhere looking for me. And I'm just, like, avoiding it. Anywhere but here's not great. Oh, shit! That's round 8. Holy shit. That's round 8. That's round 8. This is the part where I die. I'm gonna die here and now. Like, as soon as I encounter, like, one more zombie, it's fucking lights out. But that's okay, because I hit my new PB. What the fuck is that? What are you? Oh, that's right. This is the one where you gotta aim for the mouth, right? Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, okay. But, where's my pencil? Where's my pencil? I gotta find shadows. And that is a new PB on Shadows of Evil. I've done my job for the night. I feel comfortable ending the stream there. It's not far. I will say that. It's not far compared to, like, what more, like, experienced COD players have gotten to is fucking pathetic. I'm willing to admit that. It is childish. It is infantile compared to what, like, you know, other what more experienced COD players have have achieved. But for me, considering I struggle to make it past round 4, round 8 as my PB, I'm happy with for tonight. And I think I'm comfortable calling it here. I'm out of here. I'm out. Calling it now. But that's I think a new PB is a good way to go out. So I'm calling it. But goodbye everybody.